you understand?
Hey everybody, I'm Tony Jones, and welcome to the Tony Jones Show.
It's not that people are willing to take the risk. It's just sort of a herd mentality, a lemming-like mentality. If you don't go with the flow, you're anti-American and therefore a suspect.
The Tony Jones Show, featuring punk, rockabilly, psychobilly, and Providence, Rhode Island's finest, starts right now.
He's a dangerous militia member, I hear. Oh, and there she blows.
Friends, the time for mediocrity in broadcasting is over. My name is Tony Jones, and you are tuned in to the Tony Jones Show, your destination for talk and rock, online at tonyjones.org. It's facebook.com/Tony Jones Show, and we are on the almighty Twitter at Tony Jones NRI, kicking things off with the great Mr. Lee Fields, Standing by Your Side, the name of that one. You know what we do here. We spin the best local music around. I have a bunch of new music on tap for you, and of course some of your favorites in rotation, and part of the New England scene here on the Tony Jones Show. I went to a little professional wrestling last night, a house show, so we'll talk about that in a bit. I'll actually give you the results. Since it was a house show, you won't be able to see it on TV or on the WWE network. And, well, I have to digress, and I have a little complaint regarding my beloved wrestling fans out there. So we'll talk about the show and the results in just a little bit, and, of course, we'll talk about my gripe. And I am participating in, and not doing a very good job this year, in No Shave November. Now, I kept no shaving and then having things that required me to shave, real estate-related business meetings and things of that nature. So I'm not doing a very good job as No Shave November rolls to a finish. But I want to talk about it as we do every year about this time. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, rolling into No Shave November for a little talk about men's health. And as I've mentioned over the years, every November when we talk about this and I do my no shave and I try to participate and talk a little bit about men's health, I am kind of the person that they are reaching out to. I absolutely hate to go to the doctor. And, that's one of the issues with men's health. When you talk about testicular cancer and prostate cancer, we don't want to talk about it and we don't want to go get it checked out. So we'll talk a little bit about No Shave November in just a few minutes' time, and there's a few shows coming up I'd like to tell you about. But before we get back down to the music, first I have to thank Michael Sheldon, who was in studio last week from Gig Zealot. Be sure to go to gigzealot.com. Fantastic website for all your local music needs. And then we're going to send a big get well out to DJ Psycho Eddie, who is, well, he's a little under the weather, currently laid up, so we wish him the best. We hope he'll be back in studio soon and back to feeling well. He said that the hospital put him on a liquid diet, and I remember at an age around here where being on a liquid diet meant that you just drank all weekend and didn't eat anything. That was your liquid diet. So we wish him well, and I got to say thank you to Chuckles the Clown and crew. This past week for Thanksgiving Eve, we did a live broadcast, 2 hours here, bring everybody into their holiday weekend, bring everybody into Thanksgiving Eve, which has become just one of the hugest party nights of the year. It's right up with St. Patrick's Day. It's right up there with New Year's Eve, Thanksgiving Eve. Big broadcast we had here. A lot of fantastic feedback. A lot of people tuned in as they were home cooking. Not much going on, not much on TV, and they tuned in to our Thanksgiving Eve live broadcast. So I got to thank Chuckles again for being a part of that. And let's go back down to the local music now. We're going to hear Blind Revision up next for you. This track is Colors. You heard it here on The Tony Jones Show.
was voted up online today. So tonight we come, 'cause girls love digital. Girls love digital. Girls love digital. Girls love digital. You know we're watching, we're the audience you like. Put a sexy pic on your profile, show them all how you've gone wild. So tonight we come, 'cause girls love digital. Girls love digital. Girls love digital. Girls love digital. It's okay, it's safe, men do it anyway. All day, get his name and let those haters hate. Not your fault, been too long, and we love you all. Keep score, get some more, take your soul in control. It's not right for you to act this way online. But if the whole damn world is gonna try to cut girls and ladies shine, your most dangerous life. So tonight we come, 'cause girls love digital. Girls love digital. Girls love digital. Girls love digital. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's okay, it's safe, and do it anyway. All day, get his name and let those haters hate. Not your fault, there's so long, and we love you all. Keep score, get some more.
Girls Love Digital, the name of that one. Some Downcity Armory right here on the Tony Jones Show. Before that, we heard from the great female-fronted local act Blind Revision Colors, the name of that track. Be sure to go to facebook.com/Tony Jones Show. Of course, on the almighty Twitter, at Tony Jones NRI. We do monitor the social media sites during the broadcast, so we'd love to hear from you as always. Be sure to go to TonyJones.org or RIFreeRadio.org and click on the contact page if you have music for us to play here or to put into rotation, or if you'd like to be here in studio with us. You know, tonight we are doing our first ever YouTube Live. So as I do the podcast here, the live broadcast and podcast here, we're also streaming that out to YouTube Live, and this is my first time doing it. And it's still in its beta. It's a little tricky, but I think it's worth doing. And, you know, I love to be on the forefront of when these things happen. I was one of the first few people to have a 24-hour internet radio station. I was one of the first few people to be into the podcasting space, funneling what I was doing on AM radio into a podcast, which blew people's minds. And I like the idea of being on the forefront of YouTube Live here. And, I hope you dig it. Not the most exciting show for YouTube Live tonight. It's just me here spinning records, but I'd rather be my own guinea pig than to test it out on other shows and onto people that I produce for. So I figured I'd go ahead and go out there and be my own guinea pig tonight and stream everything onto YouTube Live. And I think we're getting the hang of it here. So pretty exciting times. Now, as I mentioned, if you go to TonyJones.org or to RIFreeRadio.org, click on the contact page, you can submit tunes to me here to spin. You know, we like to spin local music, independent music from all over New England, so don't be shy if you're not in Rhode Island or in Providence proper. And that's what this next set of people did. So we're going to hear from the Papa Joe Show up next for you right here on the Tony Jones Show.
in an LA room. My son did his magic with some of my tunes. I liked the sounds that I heard. It somehow struck a real deep nerve. Have to keep rolling on. Have to keep singing my song. Have to keep rolling on. I started playing everywhere. Had to keep the music going anywhere. Let the world hear what I had to say. Gotta keep the music going every day. Had to keep going on. Had to keep singing my song. Had to keep rolling on. They say that music is good for the soul. Things like blues and rock and roll. That's why I had to sing my song. Pick up my guitar and play along. Have to keep rolling on. Have to keep singing my song. Have to keep rolling on. Later, I'm on my way. Been playing my music most every day. Let the world have a little cheer. Hope to be doing it for the rest of my years. Have to keep rolling on. Have to keep singing my song. Have to keep rolling on. Started in an LA room. My son did his magic with some of my tunes. I like the sounds that I heard. It somehow struck a real deep nerve. Have to keep rolling on. Have to keep singing my song. Have to keep rolling on. They say that music is good for the soul. Things like punk and rock and roll. That's why I had to sing my song for Marie Michelle and Brian Young. Have to keep rolling on. Have to keep singing my song. Have to keep rolling on. Have to keep singing my song. Have to keep
this way. A penny saved is a penny earned. To pinch a penny I'll never learn. My time is spent on failing dreams. Can't envy folks with lots of cream. And I won't toss a coin in a wishing well just to wake up in a suburban hell. I bet I'll be misunderstood for the laughing stock of this neighborhood. And I wonder, am I down on my luck? And I wonder, will I sink, will I swim? Once in a while, wish I could smile, relax, enjoy the day. Once in a while, wish I felt okay. And some will say that Atlas shrugs, and you only get ahead if you slick some mud. What I'm looking for, the in-between, the spaces and the lines that can't be seen. And that sure as hell won't earn me bread. Give away all my dough if the truth I'm fed. And I may be hungry till the end of days. But who can think about food when you gotta get paid? And I wonder, am I down on my luck? And I wonder, will I sink, will I swim? Once in a while, wish I could smile, relax, enjoy the day. Once in a while, wish I felt okay. Should I take the money and run? Will I take the money and run? Can I take the money and run? Gotta take the money and run. Should I take the money and run? Will I take the money and run? Can I take the money and run? Gotta take the money and run. And I wonder, am I down on my luck? Down on my luck. And I wonder, will I sink, will I swim? Once in a while, wish I could smile, relax, enjoy the day. Once in a while, wish I felt okay.
Coming out of 2 from Ramrod and the Piledrivers right here on the Tony Jones Show. Big Bucks, the name of that one. Before that, Punxsutawney Phil. And last time we chatted, I brought you into the Papa Joe Show. What they did was they went to rifreeradio.org or tonyjones.org. They clicked on the contact page, and that's how they got their tunes to me, which you can do too if you're in a local band, independent music all throughout New England, or if you just have an axe to grind and you want to be here in studio, go ahead and get a hold of me. We'd love to have you down. Be sure to go to facebook.com/Tony Jones Show and on the almighty Twitter at Tony Jones NRI. As I mentioned earlier, we do monitor the social media throughout the broadcast, so I'd love to hear from you. And we're taking our first crack at YouTube Live this evening. Now, if you are watching on YouTube Live, either live or in a replay, and you're wondering why I keep transitioning to an empty studio where, you know, my guest or my co-host would normally sit, and that is because I'm trying to learn this software. So I'm still messing with the lighting and the camera angles. So that's why I'm transitioning into an empty studio. And I'm sure you don't want to stare at me the whole time. You know, this is more of a radio show for folks who love rock and roll, but we do have great guests in studio. We do love to talk, and we do love to be in as many platforms, as many streams as possible as we put our blood, sweat, and tears into the show. So that's why if you're watching on YouTube, you do see an empty studio from time to time, and that's just because I've been out of the video game for a little while. I'm more of an audio guy. It wasn't into filmmaking and stuff, as a lot of you know, back in the day. But I'm relearning this software, or learning this software, because it's a beta. Now, up next for you is a band that Tony Jones and the Cretin 3 will be playing with on, let me look at my cheat sheet here, Saturday, January 14th at the brand new Alchemy in Providence. If you're not familiar with the brand new Alchemy, it is what was Jerky's, what was PVD Social Club, what was the original AS220. It's on Richmond Street. It's upstairs from the old Club Hell. How's that for a Rhode Island description for you. We say what it used to be here in Rhode Island. Tony Jones and the Cretan Three will be playing with Jody Joel in the Vault. And, of course, this next band, one of our favorites to play here on the Tony Jones Show, we're going to have a double shot of the Nymphidels. Here's Anchor.
So I'm turning all the stations dream you hide inside. Wake up and wipe the sleep out from your eyes. I wanna see the dream you hide inside. So I'm turning all the stations on until we find our favorite song, and we won't stop, we'll sing along because the night is young. That's why we need a little wake up, wake me up, because I've been sleeping too long. Turn it up and now turn it up and now turn me on. Wake up, wake me up, because I've been sleeping too long. Turn it up and now turn it up and now turn me on.
Coming out of a double shot of the Nymphidels right here on the Tony Jones Show. Wake Up, the name of that one. Last time we chatted, I brought you into Anchor by the Nymphidels. Of course, you can catch them with yours truly, Tony Jones and the Cretan 3, and Jody Joel in the Vault. That is Saturday, January 14th, at Alchemy in Providence. Yes, we are talking about 2017 events here on the Tony Jones Show. Incredibly blessed to be booking out into the new year, you know, even though I haven't mentally got myself to the point where I can think about the fact that it's almost 2017. You know, we are working on a ton of bookings for 2017, so it's kind of one of those things where reality doesn't make sense, but I digress on that. You know, we do have to get serious here on the Tony Jones Show, which we do every once in a while. I always participate in No Shave November, which has been happening since 1999. It's not just an excuse for hipster doofuses to grow beards. No, it's actually, we're talking about men's health. October, of course, Breast Cancer Awareness Month, into November, talking about men's health, growing beards to be manly, and, you know, just kind of getting it out there, because colorectal cancer, nobody wants to talk about. Testicular cancer, nobody wants to talk about. Prostate cancer, which prostate issues after a certain age affect 75% of men, and nobody wants to talk about it because it's a touchy subject. As men, we are, and as I said, I fit into this category painfully so. I absolutely hate going to the doctor. I hate getting my physical. I hate getting my checkup. There's certain parts of my physical which, let's just say, I am less than enthusiastic about, but let's talk about this in November. You know, let's kind of put it on the forefront. And at the end of the day, if something feels weird, if something doesn't make sense, early detection is key, not just for men's health issues, but for all cancers. So I know it's a little late in the month, but you can go to no-shave.com to celebrate and think about men's health and No Shave November. And we do it every year here on the Tony Jones Show. We've been doing it for quite some time. It's gone from station to station with me, and there's no highfalutin thing I want to say. Just think about it, and think about early detection, and talk to your friends, your fathers, your grandfathers, your uncles about it, because it's that early detection that is key, and that, not to be dramatic, but it's that early detection that saves lives. So we'll get back down to the music now. These guys, one of my favorites, and we haven't heard from them in a little bit. The Listen Lady 7-inch is available at listenlady.bandcamp.com. Don't worry, I will get to the wrestling between now and the top of the hour, but we'll get back down to the music now with a double shot of Listen Lady right here on the Tony Jones Show. It kicks off with Little Mouse.
And you are my yen, and we're talking through the walls of your house. could see how small I could really be. Would you notice, would you care, would you pick me up and swallow me? So excited that I'm writing that I can't seem to stop. In my heart out of fusion would be on top. And if I had my way, I would never be safe from you. If I had my way, I would never be safe from you. But hiding in these walls is all I seem to ever do. Ever do. Ever do. Ever do. It's at the bottom of the ocean.
Hi.
Hello, listen, lady.
Into a handful of people, I'm the biggest regret. And I really hate to think that this is good as it gets. Swearing at myself like I got fucking Tourette's. Oh no. And I really hate to think that there was something to change. And I'm really super sorry that I'm going insane. Don't mean to bother, I don't mean to complain. Oh no. If you change your mind, I might change in time. Who knows what you'll find if I do what I like. If you change your mind, I might change in time. Who knows what you'll find if I do what I like.
Coming on a double shot of Listen Lady right here on the Tony Jones Show. Again, listenlady.bandcamp.com for the Listen Lady 7-inch. Rain It Down, the name of that one. Last time we chatted, I brought you into Little Mouse, a great Simpsons clip in the middle there. Of course, as we took a little time off to relax over the holidays. If you can believe it, I actually took a couple days to relax, and right now on FXX, one of my favorite shows of all times, The Simpsons. They're playing they're playing 600 episodes of The Simpsons. It's going on now, and it is 24 hours a day. They don't do the pay-to-play, set it and forget it infomercials at night, and the junk that's on in the morning. It is all Simpsons all the time over on FXX, and it's fantastic, man. It just brings me back to I think The Simpsons were one of the few shows that my family actually sat down. I would tell my folks, let me know when the new Simpsons is on. We would sit down as a family and watch The Simpsons, in the 90s. And it's just, I can't believe it's still going when you think about how long The Simpsons have been around. Facebook.com/Tony Jones Show. Go to Tony Jones NRI on Twitter. Of course, TonyJones.org and RIFreeRadio.org. I attended the WWE house show last night, and I got to thinking, the last time I went to a WWE house show, I think it was still called WWF. It was at the Warwick Musical Theater. And not only was it the last wrestling show at Warwick Musical Theater, it was actually the last show ever at Warwick Musical Theater, to the point where at the end of the night, people were actually ripping up the chairs and ripping collectibles off the walls and taking it with you. But good show last night. We actually sprung for decent seats, and I just want to give you the results of last night, because you're not going to be able to see it on TV. You're not going to be able to see it on the WWE Network. Either you were there or you weren't there. So it kicked off with a tag team match. Luke Gallows, Carl Anderson, Cesaro and Sheamus, Enzo and Big Cass, and the New Day. Of course, the New Day won that. Then Sin Cara defeated Curtis Axel. Goldust, one of my favorites, with R-Truth and Darren Young, defeated Titus O'Neil and the Shining Stars. Bob Backlund there as a manager. Bob Backlund was at the last house show I went to in 1999. Seth Rollins defeated Rusev with a little intervention from interference, I should say, from Lana, who was banned from ringside, one of my favorites. I got to say, the female match, the ladies wrestling, probably one of the best matches of the night. Special guest referee who was Emma, who is actually out on injury right now. She was a special guest referee, so they must be trying to work her back into it. Sasha Banks, Bayley, Alicia Fox defeated Charlotte Flair, Dana Brooke, and one of my favorites, Nia Jax. Another big match of the night, a great match, was Neville defeating Bo Dallas. They had some high-flying spots, a great match there. And Roman Reigns, he defeated Kevin Owens, but of course, being a house show, it was a non-title match, ending with the Supermare Punch and the Spear. So, a great night out in Providence, and a great wrestling show, and being a house show, very affordable tickets. Now, as I mentioned at the top of the hour, I have a gripe with my fellow wrestling fans, and I'm going to say this gently: you stink. I don't know who wins over body odor, either Comic-Cons or cons in general, and going to wrestling shows. But usually, as the great Seinfeld once says, the O stays with the B. But I swear to God, by the end of the night, other people's BO had gotten on me to the point where we were going to go out after the wrestling show, and I just didn't want to go out because I felt like I stunk because all this BO was on me from the wrestling fans. Now, please, when you're going out in public, bathe. Put on a fresh shirt. For Tony. Do it for me. And that goes for Comic-Con, too. If you're going to the con, you're going to come by my table, you're going to see me, we're going to chat, we're going to have some fun, it's going to be a great weekend. Please, wash your butt. I love wrestling, but the fans, they don't wash up. It's incredible. All right, let's get back down to the music now. Just a little bit of advice from Tony Jones. We're going to have a double shot of one of our favorite bands around here, Blindside Thunder. We'll have some new Blindside Thunder. Then we'll have some old Blindside Thunder, and we'll kick that off with the new. This track is Bring Me to My Knees. You heard it here on The Tony Jones Show.
You know you got
of wine. So I roll with it, go with it, Lord, help me, oh, with it. Lord, can you help me? Lord, can you help me? It's gonna bring me to my knees. I gotta know why you telling people it's a better life. I can't tell in my mind. It's gonna break me to my knees. Down in Texas, I had a real good time. Got my tequilas, señorita, alright. They like to party, boogie woogie all night. Down in Texas, I had a real good time. Take me down south where the blue agave grows. Move to Memphis where they put on a show. Rock my bottle, those boys love rock and roll. Know how to party, do it all night long. Move to Memphis where they put on a show. Take me down south where the blue agave grows. Take me down south where the blue agave grows. Mixing cocktails out in Buckeye Lake. For my family and friends, don't be late. Hanging out in the sun, do it all day long. Slamming cocktails out in Buckeye Lake. Take me down south where the blue agave grows.
Coming out of a double shot of what is one of our favorite bands here, not only on the Tony Jones Show, but on Rhode Island Free Radio, coming out of two from Blindside Thunder, an old one and a new one. That one, Blue Agave. Before that, Bring Me to My Knees. And with that, we're just about out of time because I want to try to get to a double shot of 95 Hyde. And So I think I'm going to release with the talking and bid you a farewell again for this week. Thank you all for tuning in and hanging out with me as we spin some of the best local music around. This Saturday, Tony Jones and the Cretin 3 with the Vapo Rubs and Silver Scream AS220 in Providence. Tony Jones and the Cretin 3 playing first because we are old. No, actually the real reason is because George Garner works third shift. So talk about a rock and roll trooper, the world's oldest living teenager, works third shift Friday night, plays a gig Saturday night, and goes back in the third shift Saturday night. I mean, you gotta hand it to the newly married George Garner. Hey, go to TonyJones.org or RIFreeRadio.org. Click on the contact page if you'd like to be in studio or if you have music for us to play. Go to Facebook.com/Tony Jones Show and hit up the almighty Twitter at Tony Jones in RI. Trying to squeeze in 2 from 95 Hyde up next for you, kicking off with Set Me Free. Hey, thanks for tuning in. Bye, everybody. Bye.
Down here each beat of the bass boom. Come up closer, let me hear your signs. Have a good time, raise your lighter. Get in, get low, get ready to go. We're gonna light this place up, shine brighter, searing your soul, taking control. We're gonna raise your spirit.